Time always escapes me on this show, but I love talking PlayStation news with you, Dorgo. It just runs on it. We haven't been around for a week, so we're getting back into it. This is what I wanted to talk about as well. PlayStation won't launch any major games in existing franchises this year. So that is sad to see. This is also on the backs of Sony not predicting as many PlayStations as they should have sold over the holiday season. And that led to a divestment in the Sony games category, which Sanchez was telling us. I feel like this on top of Helldivers, not able to predict the amount of players they were going to have. Like, what's going on? You should be lining up these psychics and asking them what the future will be. I thought this is a known science. Like, come on. Other than that, like, why are you so bad at guessing?
$9 billion company to psychics. That is not sound business advice there, folks.
We just...
Look, the messaging on this is squiffy, it's terrible, people are up in arms about it, I completely understand, but look at the wording. There are no games in existing IPs coming this year. So that means you're not getting Ghost of Tsushima 2, you're not getting the next God of War, you're not getting the next Ratchet and Clank or Spider-Man or any of these existing IPs. There's no new Uncharted, no new The Last of Us coming in 2024. They don't say there's no exclusives coming. They just say there's no exclusives in existing IPs. You can take a little bit of solace from that. And around the middle of the year, when they do their big showcases in June or July, we could see some brand new IPs from some of these really talented studios, because Bend have been quiet for a few years at this point. They've got to be working on something. So there could be something brand new from Bend, because Days Gone isn't getting a sequel. There could be something brand new from the second team at Naughty Dog or the second team at Insomniac. There are options out there, and this to me says we can get something brand new from some of the hardcore amazing teams. We're just not getting another God of War or another Uncharted or another proven entity in however long the time frame was. I think they said early 2025. So that means we're getting a proven entity in early or mid 2025, and we're probably getting new stuff prior to that. Wording matters, semantics matter, and I think these words were picked pretty clearly by Hiroki Totoki when he put this sort of earnings call out. Now, yeah, the downturn in sales of PlayStation 5s is to be expected. Most of the world's broke. We're all still suffering this cost of living crisis because the bills all went up and then they've not come back down, even though these companies are making monster profits. So you're not going to sell as many PlayStation 5s. They're an expensive accessory to have in your life. So that's to be expected. And to only miss estimates by 4 million when they were aiming for like 25 million sold and they sold 21, that's not a failure. 21 million units sold at 450 quid a piece. That's not a failure, Sony. I don't know what you deem as a failure, but that ain't it. That's not a failure.
This is what I mean. So the economy is based off of this, and lots of other companies in multiple different industries do that. They put out quarterly predictions, and when they don't meet them, they do bad. And if they get money taken away from them, which sort of cripples them to do better in the next term. And it's like, how do you make, like, why is the world built off of gambling? It is a gamble, right? You invest based on predictions, and whether or not the prediction is met or exceeded, then you succeed along with the company or you lose. And it's just, it boggles my mind that we made a system of gambling as our economy.
Well, talk to those in charge, eat the rich and all that.
Fix it here on the podcast.
Mate, if you give me the keys to number 10 Downing Street, I will fix it, but people will be very unhappy.
It infuriates me, and at the end of the day, I think if you're causing happiness and you're bringing enjoyment into people's lives, that should be a scale on the factor. That should move the needle in some way or another. And I just feel like not enough people account for that factor. So go out there.
Get a little bit. Yeah, to get a little bit over serious for a moment, we've got, in every walk of life, every single company is just talking about growth. They want to grow, they want to be bigger, they want to earn more. And some of these companies, the likes of your Microsofts, your Googles, your Apples, your huge companies that have more GDP than most countries in the world, they have to realize that them stockpiling all this money means that those of us at the bottom of the ladder don't have the money to spend on the products that they're putting out. So they keep increasing the prices because they want to grow more, and they can't grow because no one's got the money to spend on what they were charging previously, and now they're wanting to charge more. It's a corporate issue. It's a corporate issue that they need to figure out. It's not on us. If we can't afford to buy games or can't afford to buy consoles, we're not going to buy games or consoles. If we can't afford to go to the movies, we're not going to go to the movies. And if you aren't providing us with quality content, we're not going to be paying to ingest it. It's a corporate problem to solve out. They need to sort out the cost of making these games. They need to make them cost less, or make just great playing games that don't cost as much. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is a great example of that. It is not photorealistic or look amazing in any form or way, but that game plays phenomenally. I loved playing every second of that because of that. And Palworld and Helldivers, you make a game that plays well, that is enjoyable, people are going to come and play it. Something Larian Studios head said, like, it doesn't matter, you don't need to worry about investors. You make the best game you possibly can that works fully at launch and doesn't have microtransactions. The players will flock to you and you will make money. And if you're a console holder, they'll buy your console to play it. It's pretty darn simple, but all of these CEOs at the moment don't seem to understand that. And it might come down to people like us shouting on the internet to make them start realizing what they're doing wrong.
Well, I hope you're listening out there.